pitcher is number 2, John Simons. He's being escorted by his parents, Brian and Sarah Simons, and his brother, Jack. After high school, John will attend Washington State University to study kinesiology. Go Cougs. Number 2, John Simons. Next up is number 4, Josh Woodard. Josh is being escorted by his parents, Rachel, and his brother, Jackson, Jameson, and JJ. After high school, Josh will serve his LDS mission starting this summer. Number 4, Josh Woodard. Next up is number 6, Dallas Bennett. Dallas being escorted by his mother, Tia, and his sister, Taylor. After high school, Dallas will serve his LDS mission in the fall. Number 6, Dallas Bennett. Next up is number 7, Race Reeves. Race is being escorted by his parents, Ken and Alex Reeves. After high school, Race will attend Kentucky Christian University for baseball and will study to become an English teacher. One more time for number 7, Race Reeves. Next up is number 8, Luke Parrott. Luke is being escorted by his parents, Josh and Kim Parrott. After high school, Luke will attend CBC to begin studying accounting. Let's hear it for number 8, Luke Parrott. Next up is number 10, Chris Daniels. Chris is being escorted by his parents, Daryl and Monica Daniels, and his sister, Vanessa Simons. After high school, Chris will attend New Mexico State University for baseball and will study engineering. One more time for number 10, Chris Daniels. Next up is number 12, Brad Beck. Brad is being escorted by his parents, Thomas and Janice Beck. After high school, Brad will attend the University of Washington. Brad was awarded the Naval ROTC National Scholarship and plans to be a naval aviator. He will be studying cybersecurity. Let's hear it for number 12, Brad Beck. Next up is number 15, Easton Prano. Easton is being escorted by his parents, Tim Prano and Marin Benedict, his grandfather, Papa Joe, sister Morgan, and stepbrother Max. After high school, Easton will attend Washington State University to study business marketing. Go Cougs. Let's hear for number 15, Easton Prano. Next up is number 17, John Corbin. John is being escorted by his parents, Brian and Nicole Corbin, as well as his sisters, Josie and Kaylee. After high school, John will attend St. Martin's University for baseball and is undecided on a major. One more time for number 17, John Corbin. Next up is number 21, Alec Ammerman. Alec is being escorted by his parents, Tom and Rachel Ammerman, and his sister, Millie. After high school, Alec will attend Grand Canyon University for baseball and will study business. Let's hear for number 21, Alec Ammerman. Finally, our last senior is number 25, Tanner Ortiz. Tanner's being escorted by his parents, Alvin and Laura Ortiz, and his sister, Maddie. After high school, Tanner is undecided on next year, but hopes to be playing baseball somewhere. One more time for number 25, Tanner Ortiz. How about one more really big hand for all of our seniors here on senior night? Gentlemen, as you move on to the next step of your life, understand that hard work pays off. Trust in your ability no matter what challenges you face, and always look forward. Be thankful for the people around you and know that they have helped make you the men you have become. And remember, once a Bomber, always a Bomber. Good evening, baseball fans. I'm Michael Lees, and welcome to Richland High School in Bomber Field, home of the Richland Bombers. Welcome to Senior Night. Tonight, live from Bomberville, a Mid-Columbia Conference matchup featuring the visiting Southridge Suns and your Richland Bombers. The Suns entered today's game with a 9-10 record. The Bombers entered today's game with a 19-0 record. Tonight's game will be conducted under the rules and regulations of the MCC and the WIAA.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Atomic TV and Atomic TV's coverage of Mid-Columbia Conference Baseball here live from Bomber Field. It's the last regular season home game of the year. Rylan Hubbard joins me alongside Tate Meyer. It's senior night here. We have abundant seniors here on the Richland Bomber squad that makes it so lethal. Makes it the reason why they're 19-0 heading into today's matchup. Southridge Suns come into today's contest 9-10, 7-8 in the MCC. The Richland Bombers 19-0 and 15-0 in the MCC. Grant Richardson heads up the Richland Bombers as he has for 11 seasons. He is a RHS graduate of 2001. 174 wins and 85 losses in the 2018 4A state championship. Tim Sanders is the Southridge Suns head coach, Kennewick High School graduate, 1985, his 26th season at the helm of the Southridge Suns, the only ever baseball coach for the Southridge Suns, 425 and 217 record, and they also won the 2018 and also the 2020 or 2004 state championships in the 3A and the 4A ranks. Ryland, with these two teams, there's not really a lot to play for either of these teams. The Bombers are locked into the first seed and get the number 1 overall CB and conference champions. They will take on Pasco on Saturday right here at Bomber Field at 1 o'clock. But for the Southridge Suns, they too are locked into the number 2 seed in the 3A ranks, and they will host either Ridgeline or Meade next Saturday. So what are you looking forward to today between these two teams?
No, I'm excited to see some players we've never seen before play today. Hopefully get some action, prove themselves before the playoffs. Both teams probably still fighting. I mean, Richland's 19-0. How great would it feel for Southridge here to come out here and beat them? So I just want to see how that kind of goes for both teams.
As we take a look at the MCC standings, alluding to what we were just talking about, the Bombers 15-0 and 19-0 overall. The first time ever the Bombers have been 19-0 into a season. They host Southridge tonight. The Kamaikan Braves are locked into the number 2 spot. They are 12-3 in conference and 15-4 overall. They are down in Hermiston, Oregon, battling the Hermiston Bulldogs. Kennewick has the number 1 overall 3A seed heading into the state tournament, or the district tournament, I should say. They play the Hanford Falcons up north in North Richland. Chihuahua and Hanford tied at 8-7 with 1 game left on the schedule. Hanford hosting Kennewick, Chihuahua at Pasco. The winner of that goes to play Central Valley. The loser of that goes to play Gonzaga Prep, who is the number 1 overall seed in the Greater Spokane League. Then you see Walla Walla and Hermiston and Pasco to round out the Mid-Columbia Conference standings. Ryland will quickly look at who is going to take the field for the Richland Bombers. Why don't you take us around the diamond for your Bombers?
And behind the dish today, we have Hayden Galloway. At pitcher, we got Bradley Beck. At first base, we got Dallas Bennett. Third base, Chris Daniels. Shortstop, Josh Woodard. Second base, John Corbin. Left field, Easton Prano. Center field, Race Reeves. And in right, John Simons.
An all-senior starting lineup except for Hayden Galloway behind the dish, catching Brad Beck today. Brad Beck on the season, 4.2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 earned run, 2 walks, a 1.50 ERA, and 4 strikeouts on the season. Tim Sanders is exchanging lineup cards with head coach Grant Richardson. We'll take a look at his starting lineup. Austin Geyer will lead things off for the Suns. He'll play right field. Nicholas Wade will be on the bump for the Suns. He'll bat second. Number 14, Tyler Gaskins will play shortstop and bat third. Coppin Hunkapiller will man the hot corner and in the cleanup spot. Leomar Gonzalez in center field at fifth. On fifth in the order, Jabari Simon at first base. He pitched against the Southridge Suns last time in South Kennewick. He bats sixth. Number 11, Ryan Wade will be behind the dish. He'll bat seventh. Jesus Lechuga will be the second baseman. He will bat eighth. And number 16, Jonathan Lemire, will be in left field, and he will bat ninth. We have a lot of baseball going on around the Tri-Cities, Ryland. A lot of softball going around the Tri-Cities as well. The Richland Bombers up north right now live playing the Hanford Falcons. They are tied with 1 loss each in conference play, and the winner of that is going to go a long way to capturing the number 1 MCC seed and being conference champions. So we'll keep an eye on that score as that game progresses. We'll also keep an eye on the Chihuahua and Hanford score because that determines seeding going into the District 8 tournament. We'll step aside real quick. Once the managers are done exchanging lineup cards, we'll pause for the national anthem. And the Bombers will take the field. We'll be right back with first pitch here on Atomic TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you please rise, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Here come your Richland Bombers.
Welcome back to Bomber Field, everybody, for today's senior night between the Southridge Suns and your Richland Bombers. On the bump, as we said before, the national anthem is Brad Beck. 4.2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 earned, 2 walks, and a 1.5 ERA with 4 strikeouts. As we said earlier, but before the senior night festivities, and we might reiterate for you, tons of baseball going on around the MCC and around the Tri-Cities. The Richland Bombers softball team just took the lead in the top of the first inning. They are up 1-0 with a lot of baseball and softball still to play. But we'll keep an eye on that score as the evening progresses. Rylan, it's a sunny day. Some clouds and showers just skirted Bomber Field, but the sun's peeking out. It's going to be a great day for baseball.
Yeah, no, for sure I was a little nervous about the rain there for a second. A little bit of wind. Didn't feel too great out there, but glad to see the Suns out right here for first pitch. Beautiful day.
I put trash bags over the cameras just in case. And maybe some voodoo magic to keep the rain away. It looks like it worked. So we'll get started here at Bomber Field. Brad Beck on the hill. Austin Geyer will lead things off for the Southridge Suns. Southridge, again, a 2-time state champion. The last time they won state, they also, at the 3A level, the Richland Bombers won state at the 4A level out in Pasco at Geisa Stadium. Richland Bombers and Southridge Suns both looking to get back to that point. But first, we have one last regular season game to play here at Bomber Field. Brad Beck with the wine and the pitch. High ball 1. 5:03 p.m., 60 degrees, about 10 degrees cooler than the last couple of games last Friday. 2 straight balls delivered by Brad Beck. Strike delivered on the inside corner to Geyer. Geyer, a .339 hitter. 20 for 59 overall, 18 RBI, 18 runs on the year.
Yeah, not to mention his 8 doubles this season. Showing off, he can get on those base paths, showing off that speed.
Pitch from Brad Beck, that's lifted high into left field. Prano going back, and he will make the catch for out number 1.
From the plate, pitcher number 8, Nick Wade.
That brings up Nick Wade for the Southridge Suns. Nick Wade, only a freshman, batting .435 on the season. 11 RBI and 14 runs scored as he takes first pitch ball from Bradley Beck. Squaring to bunt, but not deciding to lay it down. He takes first pitch strike. As we said in the pregame, Tim Sanders, his 26th season, the only ever coach of the Southridge Suns. 425 wins, 217 losses as Nick Wade lifts that to right field. Coming in to catch it is Simons. Makes a diving catch for out number 2. What a play there by Simons.
Simons showing off that speed like usually. We see that every game this season, whether it's on the base path or in the outfield.
Now batting, shortstop number 14, Tyler Gaskins.
Gaskins now into the batter's box for the Suns. There's a reason you have 2 wide receivers, or a wide receiver and a running back out there. There are some of the quickest players on this Richland Bombers squad. Gaskins takes first pitch strike from Beck.
Haven't seen much of Beck this season, but I'm excited to see what kind of arsenal he pulls out today against Southridge.
Cool to see the senior, getting the start on senior night. Of course, Dallas Bennett and Alec Ammerman, the two leading pitchers in the MCC, also seniors on this Bomber squad.
Giving them a well-deserved night off, though. 40 and 38 innings pitched. That's 78 combined between both of them on the entire season.
Lowest team ERA in the MCC is 6.36 combined ERA. Alec Ammerman a .55 and Dallas Bennett a .70. And when you get deep in the playoffs or in the playoffs at all in high school baseball, you want to make sure you have those pitchers. And Bradley Beck sits down Tyler Gaskins to retire the side. So 1-2-3 go the Suns. The Richland Bombers will be due up first when we come back here on Atomic TV.
On the mound for Southridge, number 8, Nick Wade. Leading off senior night for the Bomb Squad, center field number 7, Race Reed.
Welcome back to Bomber Field here on the campus of Richland High School. Race Reeves, the senior, leading things off for the Bombers. He will face Nick Wade on the hill for the Southridge Suns. Nick, only a freshman, 13.1 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 8 walks, a 1.60 ERA, and 8 strikeouts. Breaking ball, nice looking looping breaking ball, getting there for strike 2. Race Reeves, the leadoff hitter, pretty much the second half of the season. Early in the season, he was the number 9. But Race, the leadoff man here lately for the Bombers.
Well, at speed he has, it's probably a lot easy to put him at 1. Really dangerous on the base path.
Evens the count up at 2, does Nick Wade. The strategy early on was keep him at 9, basically move your number 1 hitter down to 9, get your speed and your on-base percentage on the base pass early. Full count against Reeves. Bombers averaging .335 on the season. About 13 points better than last year at this time. That one's chopped towards the third baseman who lets it go through his legs. And Race Reeves will reach safely to begin this game.
Now batting, second baseman number 17, John Corbin.
Went through the eyes of Hunkapiller over at third. John Corbin now stepping in for the Bombers. Tries to lay down a bunt, does Corbin, but pulls it back.
Yeah, something that Southridge has been struggling often with this season. 2 of their 4 infielders actually are first and second in the MCC in errors. I think that's just been an issue all season long, and that kind of comes back to bite you as a defense.
Corbin tries the bunt again, but it goes towards the Richland on-deck circle. Corbin, after some early season struggles at the dish, .373 batter as of late, 16 RBI and 18 runs scored. He lifts that one to right center field. Going over to grab it is Gonzalez, and he will make the grab for out number 1.
Coming to plate, third base, number 10, Chris Daniels.
Chris Daniels stepping in now, the senior third baseman for your Bombers. Daniels batting .360 on the year, one of 2 Bombers with a home run this season. He and sophomore Michael Ravel. Now Ray Streves caught in the pickle between first and second. Didn't quite see the pickoff move by Wade. We'll see what he does here in the pickle situation, and he will be tagged out by, it looks like, the pitcher, Wade, made the tag. So the early on-base situation for the Bombers going by the wayside as Reeves gets caught in the pickle for out number 2.
Didn't know if we would see something miraculous happen like last game. We saw Carter Upmeyer get in like a 30-second pickle and somehow get out of it, but unfortunately there he just didn't see that pickoff move in time.
Not to be this time as Reeves is sent back to the dugout. 1-0 count now on Daniels. He flares that one into shallow right field for a single. And with 2 outs, the runner on first for the Bombers.
It's good to see Daniels get a base hit there. I feel like he's been kind of struggling the last 2 weeks, not really kind of getting over the ball recently. I'm glad to see he get a little bloop single there. Hopefully I can get him started this game. You want players like Chris to get hot right before these district playoffs.
Absolutely. Dallas Bennett now stepping in for Richland. Daniels at first with 2 outs. Unlikely to attempt to steal, but you never know what the Bombers could be working on coming into district playoffs. From the stretch, Wade, and getting a hold of that is Bennett to left center field. Going back and off the wall is the fly ball in center. Chris Daniels will hustle around third, the throw wide of third, and lets Chris Daniels stand up and score the first run of the game for the Bombers.
Not a lot of extra base hits from the Bombers recently in the last few weeks. It's good to see us really early this game coming off a base hit from Chris Daniels after a pickoff by Race Reeves there. Didn't let that demoralize us. 2 base hits back to back. I'm good to see that early start to this game.
Good piece of hitting there by Bennett and gets the Bombers on the board here early in the first inning. It was a little bit windier as it was earlier in the day. That ball might have creeped out of the yard, but not to be. That one chopped toward shortstop, bobbling it and not making the play. That is Gaskins at short, and Simons reaches safely on the error by Gaskins.
We just talked about this earlier in the game. Southridge by far leading the MCC in errors, and Gaskins second in the MCC in errors. So not an unlikely sight there.
Now batting, the catcher, number 5, Hayden Galloway.
First and third situation for your Bombers. Speedster Simons at first. Dallas Bennett at third. Simons with 8 stolen bases of the Bombers' total of 44 on the season. And Hayden Galloway at the plate batting .438. Pickoff attempt over to first. Not in time to get John Simons. Hayden Galloway was leading the MCC in average coming into the games last Friday and dropped down to 4th. .438 batting average for the sophomore. On the stretch again and blocked in front of the plate. Nick throwing to his brother Ryan, both freshmen here on the Southridge Suns team. From the stretch, and breaking ball gets into the strike zone for the second strike. The 1-2. Galloway flares that one into center field, and 1-1 will score. That's Bennett. And getting caught at second base is Simons. Does he get back in time? Yes, he does. 2-0 Richland here in the bottom of the first inning.
It's great to see the Bombers get another good start here in the beginning of the game. But like we talked about earlier, this is all because of the errors by Southridge here. Mental mistakes that are Richland's taking advantage of.
Brody Bosick coming into courtesy run for the sophomore Galloway. So runners aboard for the Bombers and being hit around. Josh Woodard stepping into the box for the Bombers. MCC Player of the Year in football and basketball. Woodard patrols the shortstop position for the first time this season. Usually plays second base in the second of a doubleheader when Dallas Bennett is on the mound. And John Corbin behind the dish catching Bennett. That puts Josh out there at second base. Off attempt nearly back to second base. Woodard takes strike 2. The 1-2 again, that one in the dirt. Evens this count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 out. Backing off the back of the mound is Wade. Woodard flares that one into right field, and that will get down for a base hit. Coming around third and scoring is John Simons for the 3rd run for the Bombers.
Just watching base hit after base hit here from the Bombers. I think taking advantage here of a very heavy righty lineup here with a lefty pitcher, giving them the advantage. Really showing that in this first inning here, early lead. We've seen that in a lot of previous games this season, getting that early beginning lead, but haven't been able to really stack runs on top of that. I'm hoping later in this game we can see them continuously hit these pitchers like that and just add on to this lead.
Stringing together multiple hits, getting everybody around the diamond is name of the game, and hopefully the Bombers can keep doing that and keep the bats hot. Luke Parrott now stepping into the box. 286 batter on the year. Breaking ball catch in the outside corner for the first strike. Parrott swinging through that one for strike 2. That one fouled off into the parking lot. Parrott swings through that one, and that will be a strikeout to end the inning. So 3 runs crossed for your Bombers here in the bottom of the first, taking a 3-0 lead as we head to the top of the second inning. We'll be right back here on Atomic TV.
Leading out for Southridge, third baseman number 12, Common Hunkenmiller.
Welcome back to Bomber Field here for senior night as it rolls on. Top of the second inning and second time up for the Southridge Suns. Hunkapiller will lead things off for the Suns, the third baseman. Inadvertently led things off and led the scoring for the Bombers in the bottom of the first inning. Brad Beck still on the mound for the Bombers. That one fouled away to the right as well. If you're in this situation and the batter is late, my thought would be don't speed up the bat, keep the velocity coming. The 0-2. Breaking ball. I didn't think the same as Brad did. High ball for ball one. And that one swung through for strike three. And the first batter of the second inning is retired.
Not surprised to see Hunkapiller chase there. That's his 14th strike on the season. That's 5 more than any other player on this Southridge offense. Kind of showing that he's not going to be very selective, kind of just out there swinging. That fastball from Brad Beck had him late all count. We saw it last inning as well.
Leomar Gonzalez now in the box for the Suns. 271 on the season. 9 RBI and 18 runs on the year. Talk about Southridge, and as we said before, their last state championship was the last time the Bombers won state in 2018. That one fouled away to the right. That in the 3A ranks as they defeated Kelso 11-6 after the Bombers defeated Skyview in the earlier game. Both state championships staying in the MCC. They also won in the 4A ranks in 2004. They have 2 state championships during Tim Sanders' tenure at Southridge. Sanders played at Kennewick in the mid-'80s for the legendary coach Dean Hoff. Mr. Hoff now a regular sub in the Richland School District. But Sanders' time at Kennewick qualified for state and made it to the regional final or the state quarterfinal, no matter how you like to bring it up, as that ball hits Leomar, and he will take first base for the first or second base runner of the game.
Now batting, first base number 22, Jabari Simon.
Jabari Simon now will step in for Southridge. He waits the signs from his head coach Sanders. Simon started the first game between these two schools this season out at Southridge last Tuesday.
Yeah, Richland probably happy that he's behind the plate right now and not on the mound. I think it was 6 shutout innings for Richland there until they tacked on, 10 in the 7th?
There was 8 in the 7th inning. Finished the game with a 12-3 victory. Simon going 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned on 93 pitches, again leading the MCC in innings and strikeouts here in the 20th game of the season. Beck to pick off gesture towards first, did not throw, however. Score update from North Richland. It's your Bombers still leading the Hanford Falcons 1-0 in the top of the third inning. Keep you apprised of that game as well as the others, including Chiawana and Pasco and the Hanford baseball team taking on Kennewick. Two on now to Simon. Runner goes, but Simons fouls it away. And Leomar will return to first. We talk about the tenure of the Southridge Suns baseball team. It's become a powerhouse in the MCC, formerly the Big Nine. 8 conference titles, 3 district titles, 11 state tournaments, 4 Final Fours as well as those 2 state championships. That one flied to right center field. Going back is Race Reeves, and he will squeeze it for out number 2.
Over the plate, catcher number 11, Ryan Wade.
And brings up Ryan Wade into the batter's box for the Bombers. Ryan also a freshman behind the dish today for the Suns. 191 average on the season. Runner goes, Leomar Gonzalez goes, and he slides under the tag from Woodard and reaches second base safely. Here with 2 down in the top of the second. Leomar takes off, but fouled away from Wade, and he will return to second. Back now from the stretch and fires, and that one fouled away to the left-hand side this time.
Surprised to see Leomar go there at second base. Only 10 on the season. Looks like Southridge is pretty desperate for a run here, trying to get him to third base.
He does lead the team in stolen bases with 9. So might be the speediest Sun on the Southridge squad. That one flown to Dallas Bennett and caught for out number 3. So one runner reaches, but he is stranded at second base, and no runs across the plate. We'll be right back here for the bottom of the second inning here on Atomic TV.
Fans, it's time for the Atomic TV out-of-town scoreboard in North Richland. Bomber softball leads Hanford 1-0 in the top of the third. Leading off for the Bombers, left field number 15, Easton Brano.
Welcome back to Atomic TVs. We head to the bottom of the second inning. The Bombers up again here in the bottom of the second. Easton Prano leading things off for your Bombers. Prano yet to record a hit this year, mostly used in courtesy running and pinch running duties. He flies that one to shallow center. Coming in to catch it is Gonzalez, and he will make the catch for out number 1.
Coming plate center field number 7, Race Reeves.
Just like that, we reach the top of the Bomber lineup again. Race Reeves digging in for Richland. One outside for ball number 1. That one hitting Reeves, and Reeves will take first for the first base runner of the inning. Corbin now stepping in for Richland.
Now batting second base number 17, John Corbin.
That one smacked towards third. Hunkapiller knocks it down, throws to second for one, but cannot get Corbin at first. So Corbin safe on the fielder's choice.
Now batting third base number 10, Chris Daniels.
And Chris Daniels will step in for the Bombers.
Chris starting that 2-run rally last inning with the single. Hoping he can replicate here, keep this inning going.
See if he can spark another Bomber rally here with 2 down again. Chris fouling that one off left. That one on the inside part of the plate. Gets away a little bit from Ryan Wade. Throws it back to his brother. Last season, the Southridge Suns made it back to the state tournament since their state championship in 2018. They lost to Edmonds Woodway 7-4 in the regional semifinal, otherwise known as the round of 16. That one chopped towards third as well, and throwing over to first is Hunkapiller for out number 3. So a quick 1-2-3 go of the Bombers. We go to the top of the third inning here from Bomber Field. We'll be right back here on Atomic TV.
Fans, you're looking for something a little salty, a little sweet. The concession stand is open with hot dogs, nachos, popcorn, candy, and more. Thank you for your support of RHS and our student council. Leading out for Southridge, second baseman number 4, Jesus Lechuga.
Welcome back to Bomber Field and this senior day contest between the Bombers and the Suns. Jesus Lechuga leads things off for the Suns, and that one popped towards first base. Heading under it is Bennett. He squeezes it for out number 1. So a quick out there off the bat of Lechuga. And there's one gone here for Brad Beck in his third inning of work.
Now batting left number 16, Jonathan Lemire.
Jonathan Lemire now stepping in for Southridge, 253 on the season. That one chopped toward Dallas again, and Dallas takes it himself for out number 2. Very efficient start to the third inning here for Brad Beck.
Stepping in right fielder 13, Austin Geyer.
If he can get Geyer to chase here, ground one to the infield, we could be looking at a 3-pitch inning here. 3 batters, 3 pitches for Beck.
Last Friday, while doing research around the MCC, getting those stats for the conference, We had Dane Chavez of the Kennewick Lions in the second game of their doubleheader against Hermiston almost have an immaculate inning. He had 9 pitches for 9 strikes and 3 outs. 2 of them were strikeouts, the first and the third out, but the second out was a fly out to center. So just out of the reach of an immaculate inning, but a good feat nonetheless for Chavez down in Hermiston. That one thrown way inside. Geyer wants it to be ruled to be off his jersey. Umpire says not so fast. That one flown to left field. Prano going to his left and making the catch for out number 3. A very quick 1-2-3 go the Suns. And we will be back for the Bombers in the bottom of the 3rd inning when we come back.
Picking up for the Bombers, first baseman number 6, Dallas Bennett.
Welcome back to Bomber Field here on the campus of Richland High School. As we enter the bottom of the 3rd inning, Dallas Bennett leading things off for the Bombers. Nick Wade still on the mound for the Suns, and he throws first pitch ball outside for Bennett.
You usually see Bennett on the mound. That's seen most of his success, but in the first inning already, RBI double, sent it out to left. And like what you said earlier, the wind kind of coming in here like that could have definitely carried for a home run, but unfortunately not. But great to see him get hot behind the plate.
Prevailing wind here at Bomber Field, generally out to the outfield. That one flown to center, and making the diving catch is Gonzalez, and he retires Bennett for the first out of the inning.
Coming to the plate, right field number 2, John Simon.
Brings up the right fielder, John Simons. Simons 0 for 1 with a run scored. Reaching on an error in the bottom of the first, excuse me. Takes second pitch strike. That one chopped up the right side. Will John beat it out? He just doesn't. And the second out of the inning is recorded.
That Now batting the catcher, number 5, Hayden Galloway.
Hayden Galloway now stepping in, the only sophomore in the starting lineup for your Bombers. His first pitch strike on the inside corner.
Not surprising to be the only sophomore in this lineup. I mean, besides the fact that him just playing catcher, one of the best hitters on the squad, like we've talked about earlier, 4th with MCC in batting average. One of those players you look to always get on base.
Sits now at 1-1 with 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. 3-0 lead here for Richland. If you're just joining us, all 3 coming in the bottom of the 1st inning. We're 2 down. Nice little 2-out rally for the Bombers. That breaking ball not breaking enough to catch the zone, and it runs 3-1 on Hayden Galloway.
Probably be sitting fastball here, 3-1. Wade's just going to stay in the count here, but he throws it way too outside.
He went fastball. That's outside.
Galloway just add into that big OPS here.
Just like in the bottom of the 1st, Brody Bosick, courtesy run for Hayden Galloway.
Now batting shortstop number 4, Josh Woodard.
Josh Woodard now steps in for the Bombers. It's that one flown to right field and drops in for a single. Bosick will come around second and settle in at 3rd base, and Woodard will motor to second on the throw.
Great to see Woodard really getting hot here. 2 base hits now. One of the lowest batting average on Richland here besides Brody Bosick, and that's back-to-back. And he's one of those fielders we see in the game all the time. So it's good to see him kind of getting hot here towards the end of the season.
So we'll have a mound visit from the manager of the Suns, Tim Sanders. As the Suns conference on the mound, we have a score update from North Richland. The Hanford Falcons taking a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning up in North Richland. Runners on 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. And as I say that, they double up the Falcons to end the inning. So 2-1 is the score going into the top of the 4th inning. Again, both of those teams have a loss in the conference column. The winner of that game in the catbird seat for the conference championship. Luke Parrott now in the box for the Bombers. Takes first pitch strike. Parrott swinging through that breaking ball and quickly 0-2 on the senior.
We've seen Wade go heavy fastball, but here with Perry gone back-to-back breaking balls. Had him chasing last at bat. Probably took note of that and not going to give him much in the zone here.
That one fouled back off the bat of Parrott. Trying to keep Parrott off balance is Wade. The 0-2 outside makes the count 1-2 now on Luke. Turning around is Wade and trying to get Woodard at second, but no dice. Woodard's back in time.
It'd be nice to see Richland tack on some extra runs here, as we talked about. Getting a big inning in the beginning of the games the last few weeks, and just hasn't been doing more. Has been doing more with that, so it'd be here to see Richland kind of start off and tack on more runs later in the game.
You always want to chase those crooked numbers in baseball, hitting a 3, a 2, a 1. Those crooked numbers add up as you get later in the game. The 1-2 inside. And 2-2 now on Parrott. Modest lead for Woodard and Bosick. Ball inside, 3-2 count now on Parrott. Stretch in the 3-2. Now one in the dirt, and the bases are loaded full of Bombers for the first time this afternoon.
Now batting left fielder 15, Easton Reno.
Like we've discussed earlier, Prano with 0 hits on the season. It would be huge for him here to get his first hit on the season with the bases loaded right now.
Lefty Prano facing lefty Wade. And 1-1 the count here on Prano. Prano right back at Wade, and that will go between second and third for a run scored. And Prano gets his first hit of the year and his first RBI of the year, plating Bosick for a 4-0 Richland lead.
Now batting center field number 7, Race Reed.
So Prano gets his first hit on the board as well as his first RBI of the season. We head back to the top of the Bomber lineup. Race Reeves in the box for the Bombers. One here on the center fielder. Played center field all year for the Bombers. Majority of last year as well. Breaking ball on the inside part of the plate, taken for a strike. That one toward the shortstop, stopped at the shortstop position, but not in time to get Prano at second. That was Gaskins flipping it over to Lechuga, but not in time to get Prano, and Woodard scores for the 5th run of the game.
Bottom of the order here, coming in clutch for Richland, putting runners on for the top of the order, and it's good to see Race Reeves come through with an RBI there just to add on to that tag for him.
Believe that will be a fielder's choice in the official book.
Now batting second base number 17, John Corbin.
John Corbin now in the box for Richland. 0 for 2 on the day. But runners at every bag presents a brilliant opportunity to change that. In the dirt, evens the count up at 1. Again, through 19 games last season, the Bombers batting .328. This year batting .335. 12 more RBI, 4 more runs scored. More offensive productivity all around.
I think that starts in the key here with the young players like the sophomores. 3 of them usually in the lineup that are hitting really well, coming through, probably adding a lot to that percentage. So it's just a lot of big players that we didn't have last season coming through and making a big role this season.
And one shot towards the third base coach, Charlie Moody. Makes a brilliant snag. Now one in the dirt, and it's full count here on Corbin with 2 down. So the runners will be going as far as they can, considering the base ahead of them is occupied. The 3-2. One fouled away, and the runners will return to their original bases. The 3-2 again to Corbin. That one flown to the right and just out of play.
Even if Corbin isn't able to get a hit here and get some runs in, this is the perfect way for the Bombers to get Wade out early. Adding on more runs later on in the game and kind of going through these long at-bats with him is just a way to wear out the pitcher.
That one chopped towards Hunkapiller at third. He throws across the diamonds to first in time to get Corbin and end the inning. So 2 runs crossed for the Bombers, making the score 5-0 as we go to the top of the 4th inning here on Atomic TV.
Leading out for Southridge, pitcher number 8, Nick Wade.
Welcome back to Bomber Field as the Southridge Suns take to the batter's box for the top of the 4th inning. Nick Wade stepping in for Southridge. Brad Beck still on the hill for Richland. Delivers first pitch, strike to Wade. One of the big storylines, Ryland, this year over last year, we talked about the batting productivity, but the pitching has been out of this world for the Richland Bombers. Last year at this point, a 2.04 ERA. This year, a 0.689.
Yeah, no, huge difference. And like I said about the hitting, it's the complete opposite. I think some seniors stepping up, coming in big. They were pitching last season as well. I think it's just a maturity growth came into this season. Really just coming through and dealing every single game, time and time again.
Bennett and Ammerman, part of the pitching rotation last year, obviously. As juniors, along with Troy Molna. That one skied into shallow center. And Race Reeves on his horse enough to grab it for out number 1.
Now batting, shortstop number 14, Tyler Gaskins.
Brings up Tyler Gaskins for his second AB of the ball game. Troy Molna last year was one of the starters in the rotation. Drew Johnson came in for spot relief as well as starting roles, and that one flown into right center field. Simons will grab it, but not before Gaskins gets in for a double. And Gaskins
stepping in, third baseman number 12, Coppin Hunkapillo.
will lead off the productivity for the Southridge Suns. His 5th double of the year. That one connected and lifted to right field. Simon's coming in. He'll make the catch. And Gaskins will stay at second base.
Bet giving up an extra base hit there, 2 at-bats ago. Coming back and just getting that that batter up first pitch there. That's definitely a good confidence booster there.
Leomar Gonzalez stepping in for Southridge, making a couple diving catches out in center field, helping the Southridge cause on defense. Southridge last weekend defeating Pasco over in Pasco by scores of 13-5 and 21-0. Started the season off with 2 wins over East Valley out of Yakima and University, and unfortunately endured an 8-game losing streak all the way up until they beat Walla Walla the first week in April. That one popped up to the left-hand side. Chris Daniels trying to find it and will make the catch for out number 3. So a double by Gaskins, but no more offense from the Suns as they go down with no runs here in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom. 5-0 Bombers as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Now pitching for Southridge, number 17, Landon Stratford.
Welcome back to Atomic TV and our coverage of Mid-Columbia Conference Baseball. Senior night here from Bomber Field. Southridge Suns and the Richland Bombers. Leading things off for Richland is Chris Daniels.
Hitting out third base number 10, Chris Daniels.
And he will face a new pitcher for the Southridge Suns, Landon Stratford. Taking over for Nick Wade.
Stratford is junior with 7 innings pitched with a 3.0 ERA. Only 5 hits allowed this season, and 2 Ks along with all of that. Kind of improved. See how he can face against this Bomber offense that's been pretty hot against Wade before.
That one just to Hunkapillar at third, lined out. And Daniels will be the first out of the inning.
Coming to the plate, first baseman number 6, Dallas Bennett.
Bennett now digs in for Richland. Next first pitch ball from Stratford. Nick Wade exits the game. 3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned. 2 walks and a strikeout. 71 pitches, 44 of those are strikes. That one chopped towards the shortstop. And thrown to first to Simon for out number 2, excuse me. 2 quick outs for the Bombers here in the bottom of the 4th.
Stratford primarily throwing breaking balls here, kind of catching the Richland Bombers off guard. You've seen back-to-back early hits here into the field, getting the Bombers out here. Hopefully they can adjust and kind of sit on these a little more.
John Simons now stepping in for Richland. 0 for 2 with a run scored today. At off speed out into the opposite batter's box. And breaking ball inside for ball number 2. Looked like a cutter breaking back into the zone, but not enough to catch the zone. 3-0 count now on Simons. That one high of the zone as well, and Simons will take first base. Score update from across the river. Chihuahua Riverhawks with a 10-1 lead over the Pasco Bulldogs. Again, the Chihuahua Riverhawks and the Hanford Falcons tied at 8-7 in conference play. Simons goes on the first pitch, and he will not be in time into second base as he is thrown out by Ryan Wade to end the inning. So Galloway, goes to the batter's box, but he's sent right back to the dugout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Bombers. We go to the top of the 5th. 5-0 Richland.
Loving the senior night spirit, Bomber faithful as always. Leading up for Southridge, first baseman, number 22, Jabari Simon.
Welcome back to Bomber Field here, Mid-Columbia Conference Baseball on Atomic TV. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Jabari Simon leads things off for the Suns. Brad Beck still on the hill, and Simon flies out to the second baseman. That's Easton Prano.
Stepping in, catcher number 11, Ryan Wade.
Catcher Wade now stepping in for Southridge. Excuse me, that wasn't Prano, that was John Corbin.
Seeing the Southridge offense struggle against this Beck fastball. They've been pretty late every single time. If I were him, I'd just keep going back to that pitch.
Beck working efficiently. That one grounded to Chris Daniels at first. He throws over to first base, from third to first, in time for out number 2.
Now batting second baseman number 4, Jesus Lechuga.
Lechuga now steps in for Southridge. Lechuga 0 for 1 on the day, and that one chopped to Woodard at short. Throws over to Bennett at first, and that will be the inning over. 1, 2, 3 go the Suns. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 5-0 Richland. Welcome back to Atomic TV. Leading off things for the Bombers in the bottom of the 5th inning. Hayden Galloway. Things progressing rather quickly, Ryan, through this ball game.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think we saw a 4-pitch inning there from Beck last. Pretty quick, pretty efficient.
Only 51 pitches, and that knuckleball goes in for a strike on Galloway. 51 pitches for Beck. 32 of those have been strikes. Another knuckleball, another strike. Not too often you see a knuckleball high school pitcher. He's using it to his advantage, though, as it's 0-2 here on Galloway. Comes back with a fastball, but that's high of the zone.
Yeah, not really seeing knuckleballs at any part of baseball anymore. It's interesting to see that. Definitely a tough pitch to throw to a batter and then go up with the fastball. Kind of hard to time it up.
That one lined right to Hunkapiller at third. Sorry to cut you off, Ryan, but talk about a hot shot to third base. Woodard now steps in for the Bombers. Talk about the ultimate method of keeping the batter off balance, a knuckleball and a fastball. Woodard 2 for 2 today, but those 2 hits were on Nick Wade. That one flown to the right side in foul territory. Simon making a diving catch for out number 2. What a play by Jabari Simon at first.
A little fun fact for here, my question. There's only one knuckleballer in the MLB currently right now. Do you know who that is?
The only knuckleballer that comes to mind is Tim Wakefield, and sadly he's not in the MLB anymore. Who is it?
Matt Waldron for the Padres.
First knuckleballer that comes to mind is Tim Wakefield to me, but that shows probably our difference in age. Luke Parrott flies that one to right field, and that will be out number 3. So 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers in the bottom of the 5th. Go to the top of the 6th inning. Still Bombers lead 5-0.
Leading out for Southridge, left field number 16, Jonathan Lemire.
Welcome back to the 6th inning here in Bomber Field. Jonathan Lemire leading things off for Southridge. Lays down a bunt as Chris Daniels playing way back, but that's in foul territory. And that will be a adventurous strike one.
Seen that a lot of times here, especially when the infield shifted, the third baseman coming way off the bag. Bunt there, make it pretty easy for you to get it to first base.
Good bunt laid down by Lemire, just in foul territory, however. Infield shaded to the right again. And Lemire puts that one into shallow center for a single.
Good piece of hitting here by Lemire. Ball kind of out of the zone. He kind of extends his arms out there, barrels it right where they're playing on the infield there. Good base hit.
Bombers were shaded correctly off to the right, but Lemire put it where they weren't, as is the name of the game. Geyer now in the box for Southridge. Facing back for a third time, lifts that one to left field, and that will drop right by Easton Prano. Prano grabs it from the base of the fence and throws it into the cutoff man, Woodard. And that is a double by Austin Geyer. That's Austin Geyer's 9th double, an MCC leading 9th double on the season.
First time the Southridge has really put pressure here on Beck pitching today. I want to see how he's going to bounce back here. Runners in scoring position, no outs. I wonder if they'll see anybody warming up in the bullpen.
Only the second hit of the ball game for Southridge, third hit, I should say. 2 hits coming here in the early part of the 6th inning. That one flown to the fence in foul territory for strike one on Wade.
Yeah, if I'm looking correctly right now, it looks like we got Mike Ravel warming up right now in the pen for us. Has a couple innings pitched this season. Wonder if we'll be seeing him sometime soon this game.
2 runners in scoring position here for Southridge with nobody out. Time taken by Nick Wade. Outside evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Austin Geyer was in a tie at the top of the MCC for doubles with Talon Tie. Tie broken. So now he has 9 on the season. Time called again by Wade. Talon Ty is down in Hermiston playing Oregon, and that ball hits Wade, and the bases are loaded full of Suns for the first time this evening.
Now batting, shortstop number 14, Tyler Gaskins.
Tyler Gaskins stepping in for Southridge. Before this inning, had the only hit for the Suns. Time is called, and Grant Richardson will go to talk to his senior starter.
I see him go down there and grab some baseballs, put in his pocket. Most likely probably going to take Beck out here. Have somebody else warm up here, try to get him out of this jam. Yeah, it looks like he will be taking Beck out of the game today.
Bradley Beck exits the game. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, No earned runs, but all 3 aboard are his responsibility. No walks, 2 strikeouts, 58 pitches, 37 strikes for Bradley Beck in his start on senior day. So Grant Richardson going to the bullpen here in the 6th inning here with no out. Looks like it will be Josh Woodard entering the game for the Bombers. We'll let Woodard warm up and be right back here with the rest of the 6th inning here on Atomic TV. Did you see that?
What?
Welcome back to Bomber Field as Woodard has thrown his warm-up pitches. And he enters the game here for Richland on the hill. Woodard has thrown 4 innings this season, 3 hits given up, 1 walk, no runs, and 5 strikeouts. Facing Gaskins for the first time, 1 for 2 on the day. Score update from North Richland. Top of the 6th inning, tie ball game, 2-2. 2 runners on for the Lady Bombers as they battle the Hanford Falcons.
Good to see them battle back there. Tough loss on Friday, first of their season. Come back yesterday and 10-run the Moses Lake. Hopefully adding some fuel to that fire to help beat Hanford again today.
That one flown to the left side and out of play for strike 1 on Gaskins. Pretty tough end of the regular season for the Lady Bombers softball team as they face Kamiakin on senior day on Friday as a part of a doubleheader. Hanford today and Moses Lake yesterday, all teams in the top 10. That one between first and second, and the first run of the ball game will score for the Suns off the bat of Gaskins.
Yeah, not surprised to see Gaskins coming here through the clutch here for the Suns. He's third on the team in RBIs here, showing you he's coming through in these big moments for the Suns, adding to his 11th there.
Gaskins now 2 for 3 today. Driving in the first run of the game for the Suns. Still no out here for the Bombers. Bases loaded full of Suns. Coppin Hunkapiller, the third baseman, stepping up for the Suns.
Showing off defensively today. Multiple hot shots at him. Not easy catches. He's come through every single time for Southridge. After that error in the first inning, just bouncing back.
One below the zone. Ball number 1 evens the count up at a ball and a strike.
Southridge probably the best batter they want here in this position. Third in the MCC in RBIs, Hunkapiller with 18. Bases loaded here, looking to add multiple to that count.
Woodard from the stretch, high and inside for ball 2. Woodard blows that strike by Hunkapiller. Even the count up at 2. Nowhere to go for the runners. Woodard facing Hunkapiller. Time called by the batter.
Josh throwing that fast by right by Hunkapiller last pitch. Kind of late, too. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes right back to that. I mean, pretty bad miss here from Hunkapiller.
2-2, that breaking ball doesn't quite get close enough. Now the umpires will converse and see if that hit Hunkapiller on the sleeve. And they say it did. And the second run will cross the plate for Southridge. So a hit by pitch plates the Suns' second run of the game and second run of the inning. As it barely grazed Hunkapiller on the sleeve. That one flown to center field by Gonzalez. Making the catch is Reeves for out number 1. But Nick Wade will come from third and head home for the third run of the inning for the Suns. So just like that, it's a 5-3 ball game.
Yeah, Gonzalez adding an RBI to that great game today. In center field, he's just been robbing hits out there against Richland. So to add an RBI to that count probably feels great. Hoping Josh can kind of settle back in here, prevent any more runs being scored.
Forces at every bag but home. One down for Southridge. And Simon shows bunt. Takes a called strike. Time called just as Woodard began his motion. Time called and granted one nonetheless. 0-1 count here on Simon. That one chopped towards the right side. Woodard will gather and throw to first. Wow. Just in time for out number 2. What a play by Woodard as he flipped underhand to Bennett to get Simon at first.
That's showing off that quarterback athleticism there. What a play by Woodard. Kind of just looking behind him, flipping it right to first. That was beautiful.
Now batting, number 11, Ryan Wade.
It's just another one of his many assists he made on the hardwood as well. Ryan Wade now digging in for Southridge. 2 down, runners at second and third. High in his zone for ball 1. Ryan Wade 0 for 2 in today's game. But again, the first time facing Woodard as he goes 2-0 here on the senior. Pickoff attempt and throws it off the glove of the shortstop. Carter Upmeyer now playing short as Woodard started in that position. The 0-2. That one flown to shallow right, and John Simons will come in and make the catch for out number 3. So 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left for the Southridge Suns. It's now 5-3 Bombers as we head to the bottom of the 6th.
Fans, it's time for the Atomic TV out-of-town scoreboard in North Richland. Bomber softball leads Hanford 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th.
Welcome back to Bomber Field as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Leading things off for the Bombers, Easton Prano, 1 for 2 on the day.
Hopefully got a confidence booster up at the plate right now. RBI and his first hit of the season last at bat. Probably feels great, especially as a senior tonight, getting that start.
Prano facing Stratford for the first time, the knuckleballer. That one in the dirt. Prano showed bunt, but pulled it back just in time. Keeping an eye on scores around the MCC. The Chihuahuan Riverhawks leading the Palaco Bulldogs at last check 10-1. And the Kennewick Lions, leading the Hanford Falcons 8-2 at last check. If those scores hold, the Chihuahua Riverhawks will be the number 3 overall seed. Play Central Valley on Saturday. That one hammered to right center field. The only problem is Gonzalez is right there to make the catch for out number 1.
Sat on that breaking ball that he's been throwing all game long, kind of that off speed. Looks like he got a little bit off the end of the bat, or else that cut ball could have been out of this ballpark for sure.
It's an effective breaking ball for sure, keeping batters off balance. Pinch hitting now for the Bombers, Tanner Ortiz.
Good to see him getting a bat today as a senior, especially with the last recent games. He's been coming through in the clutch. A lot of big hits for Ortiz. I was surprised to see that he didn't get the DH start tonight, but glad to see him get one here.
As I was saying earlier, scores hold, Chihuahua would go to play Central Valley, and the Hanford Falcons would go up to Spokane to face the Gonzaga Prep Bullpups on Saturday in the first round of the District 8 tournament. We'll give you final scores when we get them. Tanner Ortiz, 348 on the season. That one flown to right field, high and deep, but not deep enough, and making the catch for the out. For the first out of the game.
Now batting, second baseman number 17, John Corbin.
Geyer making the put out there. Corbin now stepping in for Richland. Hoping to get his first hit of the contest. And another knuckleball inside for ball 1. Off-speed pitches working wonders for Stratford. But this at-bat, he hits 2-0. And that one, a strike on the upper part of the zone.
Corbin just looking really late with that check swing there. That's exactly what we've been talking about all game with this knuckleball and these off-speeds. It really just throws off the batters when you just sling in a fastball there.
3-1 now on Corbin. That one ball forward delivered, and Corbin will take his base.
Now batting, third base number 10, Chris Daniels.
Chris Daniels stepping into the batter's box for the Bombers. As Ryland Hubbard points out, the Southridge Suns way deep in the outfield and to the left, shaded to the left, wanting to keep all the balls in front of them here with 2 outs.
Probably seen his last hit against Stratford where he sat on that off speed and just hit an absolute missile.
Pickoff attempt over to first. Corbin back in time.
Absolute missile to Hunkapiller. We made a nice play, but here, if he can really get under the ball on that off speed, like you said, outfield playing deep, most likely going to get something out there.
As you said, that line drive straight to Hunkapiller. Definition of a line out, if there ever was one. Daniels 0 for 3 on the day. That one flown to deep left field, and that will be gone. His second home run of the season for Chris Daniels, a 2-run bomb, makes the score 7-3 Richland.
I'd like to say I called that one before I whispered to point into the outfield. I wasn't pointing to them getting deep. I told you he was going to go yard here. It was almost like it was coming an off-speed pitcher. He was sitting on it earlier. Man, what an at-bat by Chris there. Get ahead on the counter and just saw a pitch that he wanted to hit.
So on senior day, the senior third baseman goes yard over the 2007 state champion sign. North of 325 to left field. And Dallas Bennett will step in for Richland. Nice bit of breathing room delivered off the bat of Chris Daniels. Bennett also 1 for 3 today, as was Daniels before that 2-run bomb. One high of the zone, 3-1 now on Bennett. Full count now on the senior first baseman. 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th inning. That one skied to left center field. Will it get down? No, it will not. Gonzalez ranging to his left and making a spectacular catch to end the inning. So 2 runs off of 1 swing of the bat, and we go to the top of the 7th. The Bombers lead 7-3.
Leadoff for Southridge, second baseman number 4, Jesus Lechuga.
Welcome back to Bomber Fields. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Josh Woodard still on the hill for the Bombers. Jesus Lechuga leading things off for the Suns. Suns down to their final 3 outs. Meanwhile, in North Richland, Lady Bombers up 6-2 now in the bottom of the 7th, and the Falcons down to their final 3 outs. Lechuga 0 for 3 in today's game. And takes 3 straight balls off the arm of Woodard. And 4 pitches delivers Lechuga to first base.
Now batting number 16, Jonathan Lemire.
Jonathan Lemire stepping in for the Suns. Lechuga 7 stolen bases on the season. He's at first. Pickoff attempt to first. Lechuga back in time. That one flown to left field. Easton Prano under it, and will make the cat for out number 1.
Stepping in, number 13, Austin Geyer.
Brings up Austin Geyer for the Suns. RBI double last time at bat. First pitch strike in the outside corner from Woodard.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Woodard kind of pitch around him here, especially with one out here. Would love to double this up here to get a end this game against Southridge.
Ball in the dirt. Galloway, great job of blocking it. In Pasco, Chiomon Riverhawks 14-1 victors over the Pasco Bulldogs. So they did their job in terms of winning that game in an attempt to secure the number 3 seed. And in the top of the 6th inning up in North Richland, Kennewick leading Hanford 11-7. So if that score holds, Riverhawks will be number 3 and Hanford will be number 4. That one chopped toward the shortstop, Upmeyer. He flips it to Corbin. Corbin over to Bennett for out number 3. And that is your ball game. The Bombers finishing a perfect 20-0 regular season MCC champions, winning the final game here by a score of 7-3.
Yeah, well, great game here by the Bombers, like I talked about early. Got ahead early in the beginning of the game. We talked about how they did that multiple games this season and wasn't able to tack on runs. And did exactly what I said they couldn't do, and they tacked on runs throughout the rest of this game, which made that 3 runs by Southridge in the 6th mean nothing because they just been tacking on all game long. Good to see some hits get going, and great pitching by Brad Beck as well.
2 seniors getting the win and the relief opportunity on senior day, and the Bombers winning by a score of 7-3. The Southridge Suns enter the playoffs with a 9-11 record as the number 2 3A seed. They will host either Ridgeline or Meade for the first round of the playoffs. So the Bombers winning today's game by a score of 7-3 on 7 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Southridge scoring 3 runs, 4 hits on 2 errors. As Ryland alluded to, the win going to Brad Beck, 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 strikeouts, 58 pitches on 37 strikes. And Ryland, if you look towards the third baseline,
regular season title. 20-0. Their hard work and dedication has paid off and will help lead them into the postseason. The MCC trophy will be presented by Richland Athletic Director Adrian Ochoa. One more time for your 20-0 MCC champion.
Stay there. Good boys. Woo!
As you see, the Bombers celebrating that perfect 20-0 season. MCC champions for the first time since 2021. And for the 33rd time in their history, they enter the district playoffs as the #1 seed. They will host the Pasco Bulldogs right here on Bomber Field at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Catch all the action right here on Atomic TV. Going back to our box score, Bradley Beck, 58 pitches, 37 strikes, and the win. The save going to Josh Woodard, 2 innings pitched, 1 hit given up, 1 walk, 25 pitches, and 12 strikes. The loss going to Nick Wade, 3 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout, 71 pitches, and 44 of those were strikes. So, Ryland, the Bombers a perfect 20-0 heading into the postseason. The only problem with 20-0 is you can't lose any more now.
No, exactly. It's a great game today. Great win, like I said. Bats got hot, great pitching, and great way to close out the season. 20-0 MCC champs. Can't get much better than that going into the postseason.
Absolutely. We thank you for joining us all season long here on Atomic TV. We'll be here throughout the entire postseason as the Bomber baseball team seeks their 6th state championship. On behalf of Ryland Hubbard, I'm Tate Meyer. Hope you join us on Saturday for baseball, live playoff baseball action here from Bomber Field. Until then, have a great night and go Bombers.
Fans, it's time for Atomic TV out-of-town scoreboard from North Richland. Bomber softball leads Hanford 6-3 in the bottom of the 7th with 2 down.